Hey guys, Shadney back with another process video for day 12 of the December scrap party, where I am bringing you a layout, or not a layout necessarily, but a video every day for the whole month of December. Most of them are layouts, but not all of them. So today, this layout I'm making, I've cut out this wreath on the Cricut, and it was on the Cricut Design Space. It was just a free image. So I don't know where it actually came from in the first place, but it was just on their design space. So I just blew it up so that it was as large as it would cut on my machine. And then right now what I'm doing is I'm just marking with a pencil lightly so I know kind of where the ring is going to go. And then I'm using this distressed oxide spray mist that I'm just sprinkling around just to give it some texture in the background behind the wreath. And it really does dry pretty opaque, but it takes a long time to dry, and it was kind of like still sticky a little bit for a while. I need to go back and look and see if it's still like that, but for a while it was like really sticky still. Right now it looks dark around the edges, but once it dries it doesn't have that dark ring. But it's kind of cool because you can really see it on the video. So I've done that, and I'm just making sure you can really see it. And then I pull out a Mr. Huey's more like corally color mist, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that, but it comes out more like red, so it kind of looks like blood, but it's fine, it works. So then you can see across the side on the right, I've taken two different papers and fussy cut all the little greenery leaf pieces from the two pieces of paper, and then I took a piece of like olive green. Oh, sorry, I'm showing you whenever my desk gets all yucky, because a lot of the mist will actually stain your desktop really bad. And as long as you don't have a lot of scratches or anything in your desktop, if you'll use like Clorox bleach spray, and I just use a very little bit and then just wipe it until it's completely dry, it obviously smells like bleach, which is awful, but it looks like brand new, so it gets rid of that dye, like the color mist that's dyed your countertop. Anyways, just a little tip. And then I'm gluing down just the center of the wreath, because like the center strip of it, because I want the leaves to kind of be able to pop up a little bit and be able to tuck stuff around it. These pictures, I printed all of them very small. They're all from one photo shoot we did with like Pennies, JC Pennies last year for our fall family pictures. And so I just printed all the different photos just really small. It doesn't really matter specifically what size. And then I was saying before, the olive green leaves at the bottom stack is a punch. I either showed you already or I'm going to show you later. The punch, it's a Martha Stewart punch that I've had forever. So I'm just kind of loosely deciding where I want those pictures so that they're evenly spaced around. Oh, and then right now, I'm adding just a little bit of fun foam behind each photo. And I'm not adhering the photos down yet because I want to be able to add the greenery and stuff behind them, but I will glue them down later. So now I'm just going to go in and start tucking things. And I was going to like kind of tuck things around and then go back and try to glue. And then I realized that was really dumb because that would not work well at all. So I'm just adding a tiny little bit of glue at the end as I go, so that it still has all that texture and they still stand up a lot. And I'll just work around. I'll start at each picture and tuck in and then go from there and just fill in holes as I go. And I'll just work my way all the way around so that I feel like it's really full. And I started kind of with these darker green ones, and then I go back and add different ones later. And just tucking in and kind of trying to keep everything spaced out really nicely. And I did fast forward a lot because it was really boring. And it was just the same repetitive thing over and over until it was how you want it. And then I'm using the Nuvo wet adhesive, liquid adhesive, to glue the photos down. And I am like kind of tucking the photos in a little bit so that the wreath is showing more instead of having the photos sitting on top of the wreath as much. I've kind of tucked the photos in a bit. And then because they do already have the foam behind them, and then with the leaves sitting on top a little bit, it's nice. It gives it some more dimension and texture. So right now what I've done is I'm pulling out this little word strip. It is one of the branding strips from a paper that I used the other day. And it just has this cute little saying about family. And I saved it just specifically because I liked the little phrase, the little quote. So I'm just cutting it down into thirds so it looks kind of like journaling strips. I'm not going to do any journaling on this page just because there's not really a story. I mean, they're just fall family photos. We do fall family photos every year. So I'm just going to trim these down. And I thought I was going to leave the little leaves on the ends, but I cut those off. And then I added some fun foam behind each one. And I think, yeah, I showed it and just was talking. And then now I'm adding some Nuvo wet adhesive in there. And I use Nuvo wet adhesive behind the photos as well, just because there's so much texture. I'm afraid if I used a tape runner that it just wouldn't stick in the long run. So just holding that in place so that it sticks really well. And then I pull out these little tiny gold thickers. They're foam thickers with like gold enamel over the top. And then I also pulled out the phrase stickers from Snowflake collection. Sorry about that. And then I pulled out, I forgot I added the word love there. And then I also pull out a bunch of these little branch pieces from this little sticker pack as well. And some of them stick really well, and then some of them don't stick at all. Like when you pull them off the clear packaging and then try to stick them down, like they do not have any adhesive. But it's not like it pulled off. It's not on the packaging or anything. It's really strange. So some of those I did end up going back and adding Nuvo adhesive to as well. Now, this is just my finishing touch, and I just added some little red enamel dots from Altenew, and that'll finish it up. And I really love how this turned out. I had it in my mind how I wanted it, and it's not really what I imagined, but I really love how it turned out, and I love it on that yellow, that like dark mustardy citron-y color. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, add a comment if you have any questions or comments or anything. I'd love to hear from you, and I will always answer back. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. And I will be back with another video tomorrow and every day through the rest of December. Have a wonderful day. Happy scrapping. Bye.